Lord Furder.
Cid.
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can... The bloody fool! Which means the town guard can't be counted on for some... But I can. If there's a... You only have to...
I appreciate.
Cid! Furder! I've been...
Victor?
I couldn't abandon, and Lubor is in need of this very...
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please, believe me, if you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just
go!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming. Go.
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain. The ether flood occurred near the village of... The place had been abandoned until the League of Outlaws... Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct...
They are mindless monsters. With the bandits, we at least knew how and when these creatures come. Dalamil, the town guard will muster at the north. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to... And as soon as it has been... Conrad, can I count on this?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor, and the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the towns and tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life, as long as we survive, it doesn't matter what our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands...
Very well.
Where do I fit?
Where else but the most... I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile main host is most likely still there. And Dalam...
A little guard? Luckily.
So, all right now...
Looks like everyone's ready. I better not keep them waiting.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive. The League is I should get back to Dal...
All the Akashic we were able to find. Seems that might be the lot.
Last of them hit.
Lubo, sit.
Clyde!
It's done.
I knew you.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven, and we need not fear the victory.
We blood... Lubor, after all you have done for this town.
But we did. And for that we only hope that you can
We need you, Lubor. So, if you would still like to be considered...
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that it is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers...
I see. But I will...
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power if the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil. When that time comes...
Of course.
And you will accept that if I am the mistreatment of bearers, any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same. They will not be judged by what they are.
As we failed to do.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only...
Condition... Well then, it seems my... Not so long ago I had resigned, and now... Here.
Lubor.
Fear not, I would sooner face another. I'll make sure.
I don't doubt, and not just the
Can't have all you...
I knew I was right not to give up on Lubor. Ginger and ginseng.
How about a few spicy sausages to put?
Thank the Griffinist.
and the Heartstone.
Yes, this radiant luster. Thank you, your father.
Lady Goddess.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armband, pray. Heartstone is hard. And the graven
It's a message. Enemies who would... And only...
Indeed. But it was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the step.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all, even if the armbands were incomplete. She would so...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly of the deep, lurvy hut. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was when word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Fountain.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha.
As do I.
Thank you for coming.
The band.
plans. See, it must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that...
It is. And we thank you for the part.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received his blessing.
I suppose it would be churlish. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has since the day we recovered it. I prithee claim it. For it too, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in...
Thank you, sir. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. A fine choice. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared.
This is no time to ride. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have... Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary... I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most... Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the...
Thank you, Field.
But they are not the...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. We will need an envoy. One who can court even the most...
I'm flattered. And I have what we need is a...
Is that so? And would...
Of a different kind.
I suppose we'll all have to find...
I shall.
My lord, your lord uncle bade me escort the field marshal to his...
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward, then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Quinton.
Do you know? Something tell... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should and do the one thing that has proved impossible for...
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left. The people of Lostwing are my... You'll have to find someone...
I'm sorry to...
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you... If it's the vineyard, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled.
It's not...
Then what is it?
You know that's not what I...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us. Who's to say you couldn't...
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange...
That would be very much... I hear the roads are...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Sentries from the markets if we don't cooperate.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now. He was wearing his uniform.
Your town needs you. I need you.
Do you have a...
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence says the town was left all but unguarded, and though my dear boys have... So I was wondering.
Of course.
Thank you. Philippe told me.
Where can I find the mistress?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have...
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no... I wish to speak to you about...
Very well. I trust you.
Absolutely.
Please.
As you know, my father... Indeed, I owe you for continuing to argue it, yet I fear he is not one to be... He must be made to face the
And who?
I would. Myself and Sarah, were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's scornful of the opinions of anyone, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common. We must fight.
Fight him. Respectfully, my lady. While I understand your frustration.
False hope. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. Which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about her and her...
Family.
I'm sorry. Ah, yes. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him.
Right away.
It's just a pity I...
We have our coin, our stock and our stalls, and we're just supposed to hang
I'm nervous.
Well met, this is the initiate.
At your service.
Please, just sit.
Oh, of course. Thank you. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just...
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic. No, it taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like...
So...
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a log and bring it here.
And bring it here, right?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook, you'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction, all without being discovered and thrown in...
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather on.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
you were content to... Please, if you were a true son of Northreach, you must...
That's exactly, or trying to at least.
Even when our true and... Fine. Thank you so...
She cornered you too.
Could hardly get a word like fuck.
She made a nun of her, hoping to convince the dame to join her.
I bet that went well. Her late... Anyway.
Our mutual friend.
Oh, right, as always. We've had some reports.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but...
Right.
You know, Greek...
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the others.
Come on. Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Clive! Are you all right?
I am. But it seems I dispatched the few that I...
Well, there's something. But what were they doing south? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the...
Some. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy stirring up ill feel.
What? I'll do what I can to calm. Be careful.
Don't worry, I'm not...
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sanbreque, just as great Riga wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted!
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla! Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
sailor.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griga.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
God help us. No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun.
We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders. I got them spaced out at regular intervals.
Thank you. Rest assured that should any of your men be injured.
Thank you, Malek.
I'll play my... You still want for number? I only hope I can go somewhere. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt...
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way, so what about you?
I'll make my way up the road to... I fought a few of these things. And well, I can't promise to hold them all back.
All right.
Thank you.
You can thank us when it...
Till then...
When the fighting begins.
I want steel in the hands of every man or woman.
There are so many of them. Not for long. Is it over? No. It's only just begun. As you're ready. Let's try. I wonder how the others fare. Better hurry back to town. And you, the road to Oriflamme, how did you and your men?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few...
Glad to hear it.
Well, I thank you both.
You were right. And I had thought that the only way to unite them, that without a strong hand, they would drift apart. To be but you, not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess given, but by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever the same. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire.
As did you. Sabine. His radiance said it himself. I forgot that.
I'm sorry too. I should never have taken. I only wanted you to understand how I felt.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. I do not, but I believe the same. We all want safe, and we may. Will you join us in... Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see. And today...
Madam Isabel is a red. I see that it is not meant...
You're right. If only I'd listened.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that got you one of us.
One of you.
Well,
I should... How goes the treatment? I'll be happy to man one end of a string. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me. But I sense... For you, madame, I have all the time.
Very well. I was Carla then. Courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my... Alas, those halcyon... For naive as I fell in love with Abed. He was my master's guard. The gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever, and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered until we found ourselves. It was the veil that took us in, that fed us. Those that could be healed, at least.
He passed away.
He did. But at least we were able to share a few... It was the greatest gift. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vales, though I was still a stranger to them. And so I swore that I would return the kindness that Northreach showed, that I would repay my...
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing.
Perhaps that is why. Never stop, and I shan't. I know that it will not be the people, the soul, all united in defense of this town. And what of you? Can we count on your support?
Always. Good girl.
Faster!
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to...
Well done, Torgal.
Gone. Of course.
The garrison said they'd take another 100 in the pitch boss.
Those whites will think twice.
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for... I believe this is the log...
Eh? Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy...
What? To bring the thing back without getting...
He has you then, Nazair.
But Sid...
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to
Of course. Don't you leave me...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in, but from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of it, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember...
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say, after all...
With a bit of hard work, but a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, and by sniffing out that log, young Ember here wouldn't do to waste.
Fine.
I'll do. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like... And if you... That...
Good enough.
Just don't tell...
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will...
Uncle, the Field Marshal... Rutherford is accompanying him. They will await your return.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to... He asked if I might have
one.
Master Quinton would probably call me one.
Another. Just the thing we need to put these good thinking, Clark.
I'm glad you...
The more the...
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can, you still haven't mentioned how we might
Oh, don't. The 7 high houses will be... They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take a little, but luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumour has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward, Rockford, from a...
It was more of a...
Well... The old battle, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my... And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as... Now, join us there at your earliest convenience.
Of course.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still over?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many... That is, unless...
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. They'll be dead if...
Perhaps I might suggest, though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside. But I'm sure that you wish to... Two such firm friends... Rutherford spoke fondly of the great...
Us?
I can't stand...
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of...
And what kind of company you expect?
Criminal? How? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this... Fine.
Upstanding. He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more unto...
Shall we begin? What we seek here is... We wish simply to bring... And to do that, we must convince... There will be disagreement. If we... The fate of the world lies in... But the well-being of her people...
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that... For what great Citizen... Well, my boy.
That it is.
This is the role we shall play. The realm need... I
will.
What do you think that thing is?
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
You alright?
Something troubling.
It's just... Edda's baby will be...
I'm sure she...
back in the north. Families would all... I'll let the little...
So?
Well, the problem is that...
Is it... or... not...
No. Thing is, they're hard to come by.
Only the big debt.
That or the...
Well, there's no shortage of those, but I think I'm...
You're a good...
What do you want?
And how am I meant to do that then?
Say what you will.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children. Even inspired them all to become writers themselves.
So, we'll need to find some more parchments then.
Mid? Tell me...
It's... under cogwheel. Gears, that's...
Wait, the children. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it.
The young'uns? I'll keep working on the model.
Sid!
She wasn't. She's just busy work.
A new invention, is it?
Do you think she'll let it...
That just so happens a brass gear.
Oh!
We saved it.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then all the pieces.
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all?
That's all for now.
Thanks.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
Well?
They did.
Will it work? He's
What exactly?
Only the wings aren't well. That should do her. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Has Dol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
She seems preoccupied.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen her.
First the sky, then the crystal. What next? The advent of Great Grieger herself.
If Joshua's worried about... Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but
I suppose it's not.
she doesn't think she belongs.
And that's why we need to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that? When last we were...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up?
To see the snow days. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished...
Mans Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it...
You're saying I should go and scout the area?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there... What would...
Ready, go? The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance.
Subtle, I know.
Then we need not waste. Hand me the... Leave it in our care and...
Your care?
That is but by one means or another. Its contents shall be removed.
Then I'll have to polite. I won't let you...
Then we find out very well.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so?
It lays out in no uncertain term. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't? Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer. There is no correct that a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable. It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring them. That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Let's go.
Yeah!
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the red. So many. This place was a. But where is the architect of all? Well, he's only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. Titan! I'm done here.
Faster!
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dock. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry. Time to fight. Back to the stables go. There were no guards out.
None manning the gate. It's a different story inside, though. The corridor, if Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope, just let me check the ground.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. Locked up tight. So this place, and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when...
Caution, brother.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that. They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lock downstairs.
I know. Bearers die every day in service of their masters. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't or couldn't.
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close. There's no need to be... Are you alone?
Some of the guards. There's...
Thanks.
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you poor thing. What?
He fought them. He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your...
Chadwick.
Was that?
We have to get out.
Doris.
All right. You put that bear...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
spotted.
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. She is. So I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry.
There's no need. How he fought. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have. I'd like to hear more about your...
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained. We were supposed to be sold for years, so we escaped after so...
But evening, and he died, not as someone's...
Hyde Marie is proof of that. And the curse breakers will... I'll fight until my dying breath.
Thank you, Doris. Vivian, I found it.
Even though I asked this of you, I fear the executors...
I met with one of the... and I convinced him. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of... and that if enough people believe a lie...
It does, but it also means that the truth is not immutable, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people. How's the sad history of the...
You said that the book inspired you to become...
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand. A gallows stood ready for her, and by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon it. I, too, have always felt... She taught me that my solitude was not... And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather... But the more I study... So if you'll permit me, remember, Clive, when in give the men and women of this benighted world the gift...
I'll try.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling.
It's usually me making...
Say what you will. Lady Karen seems...
Do you think Sid will tell us about his adventures in Ash?
I doubt it. Daddy's leaving again.
I hear, did you by any chance?
I did.
If the... The director was a brutal.
The registry was... There was no son of a...
I prayed all their names, like children.
No, they'd be... It's... See that...
I'm going all up, and in the name...
Neither will I.
These rec...
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Has Mitterdol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
Lawsman.
Ah, yeah.
You spoke of...
Then I should... This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the supervise, all to ensure that the future Alas, our time together was cut short. I had not expected to meet...
Have you spoken with...
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied. Not when I know he dwells upon the...
The guilt weighs heavily on, but as you say, that was...
When I first met him, it was not guilt. And I did nothing to ease that. It is one of my greatest, and what he truly... The blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you.
Then I beg that you bring me a while. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such fabulists and fraudsters...
Well, I can't. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen... Well, there is a waterfall. Whether they still...
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive. Good morrow to you, my friend. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. I have quite the find for you today. You wish to study the tomes? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Might this be Nickelbug?
Be safe. These people aren't. The village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. This village, where they shall cast their shoals upon the gentle water.
Give them...
Oh, Lord, let us free us.
They want to be... Forgive me. But did another foreigner...
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more you have seen them at their they devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand what their dream...
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence. Forgive me, my lord. Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. Beneath the flood. There must be some... Echoes as well.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Finished. Damn it. Don't you die. Come on, speak to
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord, just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in, a duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
My lord, I'm glad.
I met with your third.
Thank you. He
died, but I buried him in Mickle.
If you could not save...
The villagers, they prayed to their... Underneath of your brother even knowing that lie...
Then he perished defending liberty. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred. A noble it matters only that we live for better.
But he didn't die for your creed. And you still believe that what he did was...
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, to know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. That is my...
Of course, I shall fetch the Book of Mark. My lord, it had the greatest honor of my life, though our duties may differ, and were...
Good girl.
Faster!
All right. Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose. Oarsman, you die. You want it? Your Highness.
No.
I'll look.
No, not. I have taken count all because I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die, but were I to meet with him again.
Then that is all the more test your resolve.
I must, at the very well. Then
follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environment in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A Stolas quill. Or more precisely, my Stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
Wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. Adamant crystals. Massive.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
What do I owe the honour? What do you want? That it? Fine.
First the skies, then the crystal. What next? The beach joint of Great Guga herself.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but... it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? To the hideaway, then. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me, a silver...
Oh, there was a man near some most. Took him.
We'll see.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this stall set out.
How do? You've the look of...
I'm looking for a silver chop.
If that's the case, no one is... Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
I've got greens of
Looking
all
for shelter,
shapes and
are you?
sizes.
Come on
Colours
inside,
too.
I'll introduce you to Martha.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me.
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo for...
But if it's fancy...
Was a silver
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the... A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Ride. It sounds almost... too good to be true. But since I'm already here... Come on.
Can hardly make out a blooming thing.
Drags. We're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. The chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before...
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, how'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck? He's...
Crystals, where in there?
It's a lot.
Right there on the road?
Everything up there's the empty cabin made for the perfect shelter.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. They'll find a new home after all. Anyway, and now all that's...
I didn't know you could...
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good, and that bone Ember gave me's...
But it weren't your Avis. I slew one of my own.
So all those long nights in the pit...
Don't speak to...
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make it.
I will, I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best. How are you feeling?
Well...
Wrong.
Go on. Did you make...
We did, aye. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean...
I thank you, my lord.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
Ah, you know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many. I said I would better get back to it.
What is it?
Thanks.
I know.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen us.
This should tide us over until the new moon.
I need your Joshua.
Both have.
Right.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snowed.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
And how might I help the garrison today?
To madness! On your knees!
He hasn't heard. He doesn't look like he's willing to listen. Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Be safe. Not another one. Tired of these things. see, boy. Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
That was harder than I expected. But found her.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now.
What do you want? Should last you a good while. And?
Jill,
There is?
it's, how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back.
You're right.
And we'll do it.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Come again. I may have more for you.
How are you doing? Quick look. Always something in there.
Twinside's hundreds of...
Got any more of those special elixirs?
Oh, no.
I hear the Jukes agreed
We've
to let
got
us...
more?
Run like the wind. enough of you, are there? Time to fight. Back to the stables go.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
Ready, girl?
Yeah!
Straight home now. Another of the royalist guard dogs. Quite a specimen of this too. No match for you, eh, Torgal? To the stables, girl. Armin's madness lives on. Rest in peace.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so. Come again. I may have more for you.
What will it be today? Allow me to educate you. Very good.
First the skies, then the crystal. What next?
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do you want? And?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.